Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here over at RakeandProfit.com, coming back to another video here with Jamison Philippi at the eBay to Amazon Mastermind, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You flipping from eBay to Amazon? No. No, he does, so he's mostly, Jamison's been selling for how long?
9 years full-time.
9 years, and he's mostly what, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, and a little bit of wholesale?
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. And what brought you to the eBay to Amazon Mastermind? You've been on a little bit of a road trip, I hear.
Yeah, man. Right now I've been on a 3-week road trip, and we're wrapping it up here in Oklahoma. Decided to end the trip hanging out with the eBay to Amazon Mastermind, Steve and all these guys, cap it off a nice road trip, and then head back to Vegas after this. So
yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We're just networking. You know, I'm a couple seltzers down right now, so we're having a good time. You having a few drinks?
Of course.
Enjoying yourself. And today what we were gonna essentially talk about is just a little update. You know, I always bring Jamison on the channel, usually once every,
12 years.
6 to 8 months or so. I think the last time I brought you on the channel, we were in what, Hollywood Beach, I think?
Florida, yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Florida,
Yeah.
and
the balcony.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, man, since the last 8 months or so in your business?
Yeah, man. Sales are growing steady. I think I'm up 6% over last year.
What is the last 30 days?
129K. Thank you.
130K, awesome, man. And what are typical margins with like OA, RA, wholesale?
My wholesale margins are starting to go up. I did make a lot of mistakes early on in wholesale. Ended up buying stuff that just didn't work out.
It happens with every new model.
Even though the data, everything looked good. Early on, my margins were, I was losing money in wholesale for probably almost a good year on overall. But now I'm tightening it up and being careful who I do business with, what distributors I want to buy from, and how to stay away from the Target, Walmart distributors.
Yeah.
And just kind of double down on the good ones and just keep going back to the good ones and buying more. So I'm starting to nail that down. I think in the next year or so I'll really start to come out ahead on that one with margins and stuff like that. I want to grow that, while doing the travel RA, so I can flip now and keep cash flow going through the business.
Yeah. So how are you staying so nice and fit and trim, man? The last time I seen you, you're probably what? You probably lost what, 20 pounds? Where are you at now?
I'm down about 35 pounds now.
35 pounds. So
yes,
this guy's running an Amazon business. He's traveling the country. How are you staying fit, man? What's the secret?
I do my own little version of intermittent fasting. I generally only eat 1 to 2 meals a day. I do a lot of green juices, a ton of water, upwards of 100 ounces of water a day, black coffee in the morning, and then eat my meals later in the day. And then, small workouts, 5 days a week, 15, 20-minute workouts. Very nice and easy. I like to do my workouts where it's I can do something sustainable that I can do for the rest of my life, so that's kind of where I'm building my life and, making small incremental changes, like compound effect kind of thing. And I was able to drop 30 pounds and then still be able to eat all the foods that I love.
That's amazing, man. Well,
Thank
that's
you,
good.
homie.
I know you're a big foodie,
Yes,
so.
sir.
Well, cool. So let's talk a little bit more about business. What would you say your split is between, I don't know, A to A flips or, RA, OA, wholesale? What's your split looking like right now?
This year in total, I would probably say I'm roughly about 50% RA. I'm probably 30 to 35% wholesale, and then probably 15 to 20-ish OA, Amazon to Amazon flips and stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you big into Keep a Product Finder?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. I started learning about that about a year ago, and boy, oh boy, I wish I would have knew about that sooner. If you don't know much about Keep a Product Finder, just go on YouTube, Google it. It is huge. It's crazy how many deals and opportunities you could find that you just never even knew.
100%.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, man. What are the goals for Q4? It's September right now. Where do you want to take things, man? Q4 is the time where sales explode, right? You make your money. What's your goals?
I've kind of changed my strategy at Q4. I take a very conservative approach to Q4 now. I've been burned in the past many times, so I really like to take advantage of the velocity. I've been stacking up the whole year wholesale, where it trickles out, in January to August or whatever, but it explodes in Q4. So I have probably 300 or 400 ASINs in wholesale that I'm ready to send in. And then also after the end of every Q4, I usually go on a road trip where I'm buying up seasonal items at 70 to 90% off of retail. So I'm getting ready to get, start to prep that stuff and get that stuff ready to go. I have a ton of seasonal stuff that are holiday related that I'm just ready to start pumping. I have thousands and thousands of units on hand for that. So I'm really just kind of changing my strategy up where I take advantage of doing stuff like that, where January, I'm buying just like tons of stuff at 70 to 90% off, and then come the following Christmas, I'm selling it for 2 to 3 times above MSRP.
Yeah.
And
so it's like a rubber band. You're buying inventory, and then Q4 comes and you're just letting it go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's cool, man. Are you I'm curious, I don't know if folks know, are you FBM or FBA?
I'm 100% FBA right now.
What about Prep Center?
I do have a prep center that does some of my wholesale, and they probably do 75% of my OA buys that I do.
Nice. And I know you've struggled with a lot of the same things I've struggled with, mental health, physical fitness, different things like that. And I know a lot of people don't like to talk about this, but I know you and I always connect on that. Like, let's tell people right now, like, what advice would you give to people who maybe they're like equating their happiness and their confidence to their sales and those orange bars? What advice do you have to say about that? Because I know you've gone through a lot of that. You spoke about it actually at the Miami conference, at the Scout IQ conference.
Yes, sir. I used to be huge into thinking my orange sales would bring me happiness. Like if I sell
orange sale,
an orange graph.
We're all having some drinks, so if my eyes look glassy, I promise you,
Yeah, back in like 2017, 18, like I thought like if I would sell $1 million a year, like I would be happy. Like I'd just like reach like this door of success, the door would open and like life would make sense.
Everyone's gonna respect me and love me, and I'm gonna be so happy with myself.
And like I hit all these numbers and I was more miserable than I'd ever been. So like,
I wonder why. Was it the pressure and stress of having to maintain that now?
Honestly, overworking every day, morning to night, working hard and just like overworking myself and eating unhealthy relationships, unhealthy friendships, just all that is just like a perfect storm to just be a miserable blob.
Dude, and I'll be honest, I mean, everybody knows, you can see I put on so much weight, man. It's like, I'm financially doing great, I have a great relationship, but man, like I feel like crap about myself because I put on so much weight, and it's like you can make all the money in the world, but like if you don't feel good about yourself, like let's just be real. For me, it doesn't, maybe for others you're just laughing at it, but for me it's like, if I'm not fit and healthy and it's like, well, obviously, why don't you do it? It's like mental health is so important.
It is, it really is.
It's an area I'm definitely struggling in. I'm being real, man. I know both of us have gone through it a lot, know? So what advice would you give to me or someone who, they're making good money, their business is doing well, maybe their relationship is doing well, but they're using food as a way to maybe, I don't know, maybe cope with stress or boredom? I know you've gone through that.
I have, yeah, man. I truly believe like if you're failing in all these areas of life, but like say you're doing good in some areas, but you're doing bad in a few areas, like that bad stuff you're going through is gonna slowly get into your good areas of life. There's no way you can, there's no way you can stop it unless you learn to deal with them. So like I had mentioned a minute ago, like in 17, 18, like I was all about sales, orange grass, and then I was miserable. So 2019, I took a step back, and I really started to focus on myself and kind of like, I let the business, not struggle in a sense because I had to get me right, eating a little bit better. And things that like, you don't have to put a ton of effort and energy into working out. Say like you have this like preconceived thing. It's like,
I can go to the gym for 2 hours a day for 6 months straight.
To structure everything,
it's
put
like,
all this pressure on yourself.
Dude, literally, you could work out for 10 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and you're gonna lose weight. I mean, obviously, or even like, instead of like eating that whole big plate of dinner, instead of like, eat like 2 or 3 bites less, and then slowly build up. Like,
It's the little things you say that slowly compound.
The compound effect, It starts with an apple a day. It starts with a walk around the block. Like, it's so minor, these minor changes that we can do to get to where I'm at. Like, a year ago, I'd never thought I'd be here. Like, I struggled with eating food so much. Like, I was like 235 pounds, the heaviest I'd been in probably 10 years.
Dude, I'm close to that, man. I'm like 227 now. It's like, I used to be 180, dude.
But you can get it back, though.
No, I know I could, It's crazy, man, like, how your quality of life suffers, man, when you have a lot of weight on. I'm not talking about I'm just talking about myself.
Yeah,
I'm not judging anybody, but it's like, you don't fit in your clothes, you're just self-conscious, like you're sluggish, like, And
then imagine where that goes wrong, where you may take that out on a loved one in your relationship, like you're feeling bad about
definitely
yourself,
do sometimes,
and then you get aggressive towards them because you're not unhappy, you're unhappy with what you see in the mirror, and it's like, boom, then slowly over a year, your relationship struggles, and then maybe you part ways, and then it's like.
So what would you say if you could, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but if you could talk to your 235-pound self, and now you're what?
I honestly haven't weighed myself in a month, so I don't know what I weigh now. I was 204 when I left for this trip, but I think I'm down now because I've been fasting before I got here.
What would you say to your 235 self who was struggling and felt like you hit rock bottom, and now that you've lost 35 pounds, like what What would you say to him? You say, I feel so much better. It's worth it. Like,
and I think the same thing with the food. Like I struggled with that too. I love food. Like I love it. Like
he's not
you think
lying.
I love Amazon? I love food even more. I even got a tattoo of a taco and pizza on my arm. But when I was like, what I did the first day I decided to fast, I think it was January 3rd of this year. I said, okay, I woke up that morning, like I'm sick of being a blob. I'm sick of like eating crap food, Uber Eats at 3 in the morning, getting drunk every night. Not every night, but drinking a bottle of wine.
I'm not dealing with the drink, but the Uber Eats and the DoorDash is killing me, man.
So what I did is I woke up, I was like, I'm done. I'm sick of being a fat blob.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, today, I'm gonna fast. I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm gonna go all day.
Yeah.
But tonight, for dinner, when I do eat, I'm ordering chicken wings, I'm ordering a hamburger. Like I was like, I'm gonna earn this meal today.
You ain't taking the chicken wings away.
And I ended up like going to bed, like waking up, and then like I went like 17 or 18 hours with no food.
Yeah.
For I did water and
Little
black
extreme,
coffee
but
and
you
stuff
did
like that.
it, yeah.
And all my goal was to get through that to get through the day, but then tonight I'm gonna eat like a king. And I did that, boom. And I had chicken wings or hamburger or whatever I ate. And then the next day, you know what, I'm gonna do it again. And I just kind of like went, I took it day by day, but I just tried to go as long as I could every day without food. But then when I got to eat whatever I wanted, and I told myself I'm not gonna feel guilty for it. And I did that every day for like a month. And my meal, I'd eat once a day, and I would eat every single day like crap. And after that first month, I lost like 10 pounds. But I still got to eat all the foods I loved.
Because you made you're not saying for people to do this, but you're saying
No,
you made
it
small
worked for me.
changes that work for you. I want
Yes.
to be clear, because people are going to be like,
Don't do that. No. It's like,
we're not here to be freaking your nutritionist, okay? Come on now. But he's sharing what he did.
Yeah, and I do juice, kale, ginger, spinach. So I do get, nutrients, vitamins. I get good, healthy, important things in my body. And then I slowly started increasing my water intake, which is, can be challenging. Like I was drinking 100 ounces of water a day. After about a month, I was able to drink a ton of water, stay hydrated, and I felt better about myself. Even when I'm eating those meals in the evening, I still was feeling great
So
about
what would you
myself.
say to your 235 self right now?
Gosh, man.
How did you get him to turn around? Was it worth it? Was
Yes.
the sacrifice
Oh
worth
my
it?
gosh, yes.
Do you see yourself going back?
Dude, I just ate 4 Oreos tonight and had chicken fajitas for dinner.
Zach's laughing behind the
And I don't
camera.
even feel guilty about it.
How many drinks he down?
Only at 2. Only 2.
Okay.
Yeah, only 2.
Yeah. All right.
So,
well, that's good.
But yeah, man, like I said, I had that wall, and it's like now that I got over that wall and I was able to take the weight down and still be able to eat and enjoy and do the things I like, is like it's like, oh man, it's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to lose weight. It's hard to eat a little bit less. It's, if you order 10 chicken wings, it's hard to you get full at 8, but you can't leave those 2 there. You can't leave them by themselves,
My mama taught me.
And it was challenging. It's like, if going to look back at my old self a year ago even, it's like, you can do it. Like you're capable. You've done it before.
Yeah.
The thing is that you know everything you need to do to lose weight. You know everything that got you to 180 or 170. You know it all, but it's like it's hard to like break through that barrier.
You got to make that decision, have that discipline, get that momentum built.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One day at a time. Honestly,
Yeah.
one day at a time.
Well, dude, I'm glad this conversation went this way.
Thank you, family.
Hopefully, this
Much love, brother.
maybe inspire some people. Hopefully, I mean, we're just being honest and sharing, our struggles. We're human beings. A lot of times, people come on these videos and would you agree that they try to put on an act?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just want to be real. We're not perfect. We're going through challenges and trying to do the best we can to be decent human beings. Right? I don't know how we're doing with that, but no, in all honesty, thank you so much. Congrats, man, on your sales.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
On your fitness, on your mental health, man. And
Yes, sir.
We'll get you another update in 12 years.
Do it. I'm going to go eat some Oreos now.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you, man. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.